Mitecoin's different, it's not the same. With every transaction, we're chasing a dream. Mitecoin's the future, it's not just a meme. To Mitecoin movement, join us and see.
Yours is yours, mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time. Christ in crypto, Mitecoin's dream. Matthew chapter 20, verse 15. Yours is yours, mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time. Let's spend time together, let's see how it goes. Bless others by sharing the good word, you know. 5 Match'em rounds for all to see. 52 down to 1, which card will it be? Yours is yours, mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time. Let's spend time together, let's see how it goes. Bless others by sharing the good word, you know. The winner provides the address, M2015 is a goal. If Mitecoin catches on, generosity will flow. Thousands catch the vision, sharing just a bit. Combine all the blessings, the total will be legit. Yours is yours, mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on a not Saturday night, Friday night. Let's get together as we got a little announcement and stuff, but short notice. But as always, if you can hear me, everything's coming through okay, just give me a shout. I'd appreciate it. And as you know, we're going to talk numbers. We're going to talk actually some pretty crappy numbers tonight. This afternoon came out of nowhere. But no, not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Hopefully you have a good time. Hopefully you have some fun. Maybe win some loot. And yeah, I like that opening as well. I didn't want to overdo it, and I figured I would watch it. I need to figure out a way that I can listen to it. And I've got another video to play a little bit later. Actually, going to try a couple different things tonight. We'll see how it works. But yeah, so everything's good. So that takes care of all the official craziness. And yeah, I'm not sure how important this is to do, but we were going to run over here. We're going to do our Solana showdown. This is going to be a bit of a brutal deal. We're going to update it. Yeah, if you take a look, everybody, I mean, obviously, I don't even know where it came from, to be honest. I don't even know maybe it started happening around 4 this afternoon. I don't know, maybe somebody can chime in on the chat. I was busy feeding a baby. My phone blew up. I didn't get a chance to answer it, and it turned out I was missing some crazy dump. I know that after it dumped, and yes, I'm stalling a little bit because, as you can see, it's not like we're going to have somebody make up $33 while I talk. So, yeah, I'm going to stall a little bit or just talk to you a little bit about this. So, I was checking the news when I was on the phone with somebody, just trying to understand, like, if there was, I don't know what happened. Sometimes, you know, the people that know more about crypto, whether, you know, there was something coming that I missed or that the market missed, I couldn't see anything. I don't know exactly what happened, but I did see an article that said $1.3 billion was liquidated. And if you've been around, you may have heard me say that before. I think it's worth just mentioning again so that you guys know that there's a reason sometimes, and it obviously involves money, but it's not always super random. And if you have any intention of becoming a leverage whale, then you'll need to do your own homework. I'm just going to give you a very, very quick lesson. And I know that I've done this before, but it's worth hearing again. Let's just pretend that we have $1 million together. We pool our money and we got $1 million. We can jump on a site and we can do something called leverage. And that's my phone. I'm going to go ahead and turn that down, and I'll try to remember to tell you a funny story about that later. But anyway, so yeah, we have $1 million. We jump on a website, and we 10x leverage it. That means that as a group, we can invest literally $10 million worth of coins. We can buy it and make profit on it. And let's say we were doing that with Solana. Solana was, let's say, $220. We have $1 million to play with. I know life's rough. We leverage it for 10. So now we got 10 million. And when we buy that Solana at 220, the difference is they give us a price. And they say, that's fine, bucko. But we're just going to let you know that if this Solana gets to $2.11 or $211, okay, it's $220 when we buy it. They basically say, if it gets to $211, we get your $1 million. And there are some people out there, and there are even safety. There are ways to protect some of that money. There is. But you have to be willing to stop the bleeding. And that's just not the way it goes. And what happens is there's some people, I don't know how many, but they've got a lot of money. They own a lot of Solana. And there's websites that track how much money is on the table for leveraging. For instance, we just threw $1 million on the table. Somebody else throws 500,000. Somebody else gets hammy and throws 5 million. Well, there's websites that tell the big dogs how much money is on the table. And they know that, for instance, if they can drop, so Solana's at 220, they know by the numbers that if they can get Solana to go to $180, they get to swipe everybody's money. They're the waitress, the waiter, they clear the table. So that happened today to the tune of $1.3 billion. Got leveraged, got liquidated. So guys, it's a crazy world we live in. So so we're going to update it one more time. I think it was 183. Well, we're going to make it not quite so bad. We're going to jump this in here, 184.38, and we're going to hit enter. Turns out Sammy barely missed it. Willie was close behind you. I mean, just $35-ish. So, darn it. Yeah, so that means that no Solana gets paid out except for Dump Dude. And obviously, we'll pull up our Mitecoin Metal wallet later to see. For those of you that weren't following along or maybe that are new, we had some money get sent to Dump Dude, and he's trying his hardest to dump it. He took, so we had $20 from last time we got together. Now he's going to get another 20, and he had 10 from the time before because we had somebody that had a pretty good guess, but they weren't on. So I cut him a deal and I gave him half. So he's going to take this 20 and he's going to go search another meme coin. Now this might come back to bite him because, as we just learned, the market has absolutely dumped, and that means that we're going to take some of that money and jump into a meme coin, and maybe it'll recover. So I will say before we go on to our regular numbers, because this is leveraged, or if this is because of leverage trading, the nice thing about that is those same big dogs that scored 1.3 billion. And now to be fair, okay, I don't want to make them out to be too bad, because in order for them to crash the price, they absolutely have to start selling, okay? They have to sell at a loss. And they might have even lost like $300 million. I know, it's bad, right? But they get 1.3 billion back. So it's like, golly. So anyway, I wouldn't feel too bad for them. So let's talk about numbers. It's obviously going to be lower now. I think, it was 184 was the Solana price when I just checked it. And now, or an hour ago, when I got ready for the stream, it was 188. Are you kidding me? 188. So that's obviously painful. That's over, so now it's way over, maybe close to 18, I don't know. But it was over 17% dump from last Saturday night. That means that our market cap took a dump by 15.5, and our price US dollar value for Mitecoin. And hopefully you caught that, because I said that Solana was down over 17%, and our market cap was only down 15 something. That's because this is another case where our Mitecoin buys, I donated to some poker players. I took some bad beats, and I'm going to be working on videoing that game so you guys can share in my pain. But yeah, we had those. We had some buys come in for Patey. And so the nice thing is our Mitecoin to Solana price is up over 2%. And if you look at the charts, and you're going to see a lot of red. So for us, ours is green. So go team. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for jumping in and buying a little extra. It's not much, but it's better than getting dumped on. So yeah, it's pretty tough. 300,000 Mitecoin. Like we're telling our friends and family, it's $4.83 less than that now. So it's still under $5 for a one-time deal. We have given back 393 million, over 393 million Mitecoin. So even, I know I say this a lot, it's worth it. Even with the price dumping, that's over $6,000 worth that we've sent back out to people's wallets. So that's awesome. And now we're going to talk about the numbers for Patey. And now I'm not sure if this is going to work. We're going to give it a shot. Some of you maybe have saw it on the Telegram group, but we'll give it a shot and hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's not too long.
My blue gods on the blockchain searching for you. Learn about crypto and have fun to boot. Join in the games, win some loot. You're invited to our fam in the crypto space, working hard to show Christ that is amazing, great. Litecoin, Mitecoin, crypto no clue. Gods on the blockchain searching for you.
Yeah, so that is that. And actually, I need to turn that off. It was supposed to transition straight over to that, but I hit a button, so of course I messed it up. So there's Patey's M2015. 6 blessings came in, 300,000 from me because he put a post on Facebook. Then 6 more contributions came in for 891,000 for a grand total of 1.19 million. So that, per my little chart here, well, again, back when Solana was up at 188, it was over 19 bucks. And again, yeah, that's not a $1 million cash out on a meme coin, but we're hopefully trying to be something better than a meme coin, different than a meme coin. And it's good and bad. Again, if I don't spit a little truth, then Dump Dude will do it for me, and he'll probably won't be as nice. But the reality is, and we are absolutely thankful that 6 blessings got sent his way. Some of those were buys, some weren't, and that's not the issue. But just as a reminder that's what will make us not a meme coin. I know that was a long write-up that I pinned in our Telegram group, but right now Mitecoin is functioning as a slow motion meme coin. Right, we're slowly adding value, and then there are some big wallets that at any given time they can decide they're going to cash, right? And so that's just the nature of it. So Patey has every right, and again, I hope that you guys know that. He has every right, and you all do, right, for your M2015s. Those were hopefully people bought you $1 worth or $2 worth and sent it to you. And if you sell that, then nobody's hurt. And we've talked about it like in that letter I wrote. Maybe we're already actually thinking about doing it in our poker games to see how it goes. Instead of buying all in Mitecoin, we're thinking about maybe doing, I don't know, $2.50 in Mitecoin and $2 in another meme coin. And maybe each person decides. So the benefit or the exciting part of that is that for $5 or $2 or $3 of a meme coin, if it's the right one, that can be $20 quick. So so that's another thing we're thinking about. But as far as Patey's M2015, that's awesome, and I hope that he appreciates that. I know I appreciate you guys for jumping in and sending him some. That is, yeah, he's a 6-timer now, and the numbers here, we have 13, same from last week, 13 multiple time winners. Obviously, I had to up Patey's record because now he's a 6-timer, and we had 6 people come in. And we did have somebody leave our fellowship, whether they got maybe it was somebody that sold and then their wallet got booted out. As maybe you don't even remember, but I think every 7 days I have a bot that goes through and just looks in. Nobody can, it can't take your money, doesn't report on it. It just kind of looks in the window to make sure you're still holding Mitecoin. And if you're not, it gives you the boot. So it looks like we lost somebody. We're down to 64. We're hovering around 9% of the number of in our group gave, and around 18% of the unique winners. So we have 33 unique winners based on the 6 giving. I have no idea who's who, but it's just a number I use. It's 18%. So those are our Match'em numbers through Patey's number 54. And this is probably going to get a little messy as well. I don't think that you might see my mouse cord. But, so here's the deal. Yeah, this is painful. I'll show this. So there's our Mitecoin Metal wallet. Man, I got to do something about that. So look here. That crown token is really bad. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can fix this. Maybe I can't. See if that works. Okay, I enlarged it. Probably made it worse. Anyway, here's the deal. Yeah, that's painful. 330. I think it was over 400. Somebody could check that maybe, but it was over 400. I'll click on this one. That's crown, and man, I'm really struggling. Anyway, here's the deal. I'll just have to tell you because I can't show you. Maybe right there. That 1994. That was $30. Yeah, we took it in the Heineken there. We still have 1.72. Now that Solana right there down to 320. That's just because Solana's down, right? Solana recovers, we gain that back. So anyway, yeah, there's our Mitecoin Metal. I know I haven't added much in there lately. I'm working on with a friend, and I've got some ideas for a little bit of scrap on my end. So one way or another, I want to keep contributing a little bit to you guys, and make sure that you guys have something as well to look forward to. And if you guys are with me, and you'll get some of that. So keep trucking. I know it's kind of a crazy night because now we have this board to look at, and it's not great. And it's crazier that we actually had some people share their vacation and they didn't come grab their card. I know it's crazy town. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 dump dudes. It's a little bit of work to do, guys. And we're going to start our poll. And we're going to do round 1 vote. And we're going to do a 1 or a 2. And we're going to start it. And yeah, it should be live. If I see some people on that I thought maybe would be at the game tonight for our small town. It's a homecoming night. So my question is, if you guys are home from the game, how did that turn out? Did win? I'm assuming so, but I think somebody told me that last year Galena gave us our toughest conference game, so I'm not sure. Anyway, cast your vote. You guys are surprising me. I had a speech all ready for 4 people on, and I'm probably still going to, yap at you with it just because I appreciate you, but I didn't think that we would have 12 concurrent viewers on a Friday night. So cast your vote. Watch it on TV. Oh my, 46-0. Yowzers. That's painful. Well, for them. So, all right, let's round 1 vote. We got 9. Shocker. Number 2's the winner with 63% of the vote. So we're on Match'em 55. It's the Fellowship versus Dump Dude, and he's got a lot. And we're going to find out of the gate if the winning card, based on your guys' vote, is red or black. And the quick survey says you probably want red. But the winning card tonight it is red. Wow. That's been a minute, right? That's maybe flipping it up. That's red, of course, because if I can even get there, black is under there. So that's already different than last week. We're going to mix it up. Round and round, stops, nobody knows, all that. I'm going to put it under here. And we're going to do that. And let me slide over to round 2. And I hope the red board looks good. I think it's really been a long time. That should be our red. And yeah, you guys did work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You took out 6. There's only 6 left, so that's a good deal. I forgot to tell you. I'll tell you after this. Round 2 vote. And we are looking at a 1 or a 2. And start poll. So yeah, our streak's at 14. Vote should be live, guys. Hopefully you're seeing it. Streak's at 14. Going for 15. And this will be, obviously, I don't remember the last time we had a heart. It's one more thing I said I threw out. I was talking to somebody about different ideas I had, and I have not done it yet. I want to go through and go back through the streams and log every winning card to see, just for fun, to see which card hasn't won yet or which card has won most. So that would be interesting. But bottom line is hearts normally do well, and that is exactly what you guys want to have happen. So we are going to end poll. Okay, you guys are consistent. And now we're going to find out if it worked. Round 2, 67%. Match'em 55. And the board says you all want heart to give yourself the best shot. If it's a diamond, it's going to be a fight. Winning card tonight, 67%, is... Wow. You guys are doing it. Nice. Diamonds is over there. Nice work, guys. I know it's all random, but it's still fun, right? I mean, it's lottery tickets random too, but you can have fun. Bingo. There's no different. All right, here we go. We're going to mix it up. And we're going to slide 1 under there. And we're going to slide 1 under there. And I'll get my pen out of the way. And I will go to round 3. It's been a long time. I hope these are good, actually. I don't know that I've checked these lately. Heartboard. And this should be it. I will... Oh, boy. Here comes a train. We're going to see if we can't get through it. But I may have to mute. You know what I can do? I'll put back the video, bruh. All right. Round 3, start your vote. I'll probably just mute it. That way you guys can see it. So it should be live. And I guess I'm going to mute it now. I'll see you in a second. Peace out. All right, I'll talk loud. That's not bad. He wasn't. There's definitely different breeds of conductors or engineers, whatever you want to call it, that get on the horn. So, hey, guys, here's the situation. A lot of good names here. Soupman, Sonya, Crazy Wiener Lady's bucking for an all-time lead as well. We got crazy. We got a lot. And diamonds or low hearts is obviously big, right? So we're going to end our poll. We got 9 votes, 9 votes, and... Shocker, we have 9 votes and 67%. You figure if it's not broke, don't fix it. 67%, round 3, Match'em 55. Guys, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but if this is a low, then we're guaranteed to extend the streak. If it's a high, then things get interesting. Winning card tonight is... Wow. You guys, that's sweet. Because... high is over there. So that means that we have 1 more round to get to the finals, and you all just guaranteed a victory for tonight. Chicken Girl's on, Willie's on. I think, actually, we might have, guys, you guys, every single one of you are on. That is, you don't even know what a blessing that is for me that you all give me some of your time, and I just thank you so much. And now somebody that's on is going to win. So I need to find a low heart and transition over to round 4. And that is who's in play right now, guys. And round 4 vote. And we have a 1 or 2. And it should be live right now. So I'm just going to, I'll just say it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have literally have 7 fellowship members that are on right now, watching, voting, or one of you guys is going to win. So literally, if all of you would I'm not, no pressure, a little bit of pressure. If all of you would jump on for the winner, so technically, I guess, 6, because one of you guys is going to win. But so this should be almost a guaranteed $6 win, right? $1 each. All OG, all in here. You're already going to get the bonus because you're watching the stream. You could video and get more, like I said, but there's all kinds of options here. And this is a dogfight. Now, you know what this reminds me of? I'm going to end the poll, and then I'm going to tell you what this reminds me of. 9 votes. We did switch it up. Round 4, we 56% of the vote. Number 2 still the winner. But this reminds me of, I don't watch it not much at all, really. My wife loves it, but this does remind me of the Survivor, when at the end, when the alliances or whatever, they have to start picking each other off. This is what you guys are, right? There's not a single dump dude. You guys are knocking each other out. You're ruthless here, going for the win. So, no, Sammy's an OG. She's got several under, I think. She can brag it up, but because I remember one time I gave her a hard time. She won it and wasn't even watching. I know. So, winning card tonight, 56% of the votes. Round 4, Match'em 55, and odd or even. What's going to be? Winning card tonight is even. Whoa. Even. And that just got serious big time. Because odds over there. So that means we have Willie for sharing. We have Karen's free card and Crazy Chicken Lady for watching last week. So now I got to get even, low hearts. That's a 2-4-6. That's going upside down. That's going off the screen. We got a little fighting, a little bit of house. Oh boy, that slipped. I'm going to mix it up again. Nobody knows. We're going to slide 1 under here. And I can tell you right now that because of the nerves of a stream, I should have taken off my sweatshirt because I am cooking right now. And let's do our final vote after hold on. Low, even, heart. Where are you at? It's been a long time since I've gone on to some of these. Alrighty. It's time to get this show on the road. In all caps, final vote. I'm going to get crazy. Yeah, that's 3 exclamation points. And I know that you don't know that, but I'm not supposed to do that. And I might have just put 1, 2. Oh, I did 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go, guys. You guys vote. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off so I don't melt. And there. Now I'm ready to get you guys votes. And so what I'm working on, I know it's going to scare you, but as I'm kind of thinking about doing some other stuff, a couple things. One, I'm going to work on streaming. So you guys might get notification of a stream every once in a while now, because I'm going to try to maybe stream some of our poker games, partly just so I can have witnesses to like how bad these guys are beating me on just beating me down. But then it's also, I'm going to try to maybe get some content out there, because if people see how bad we play and they think they can take our money nice and easy, then they have to get into the program, baby. And then the other thing is, I thought I'd have a little bit of time today after work, but it didn't happen yet. But I do have another webcam, so you might start seeing me up in a little corner just to make it a little more personable. I forget, when I go back and I grab some clips for the footage, I realize that I'm just talking to a screen, or you guys are just listening to a screen, right? So that's going to be difficult to get anybody to tune in. I get it. I really don't want to be in front of a camera, but maybe I'll just get a mask or something and, look all fancy. But hey, let's do this. Is vote done. We got Willie, we got Crazy Chicken Lady, and we got Karen. Crazy Chicken, have you won? Actually, have you won a Match'em? This might be a first time, maybe. Let's find out. You guys can type Crazy Chicken, you're on. You can let me know on the chat. So, oh my. Number 2 is the big winner. Shocker. 67% of the vote for the final vote for Match'em 55. Number 2 is a winner. Number 1, nobody liked. I'm sure hoping that's not just because that was under Willie. No offense. But yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't under your card. So Willie is the 2. Crazy Chicken Lady is the 4. Karen is the 6. You do not want to see your card here, right? This is bad news. Bad mojo. So, first biggest loser of Match'em 55 and not the winner is Crazy Chicken Lady. I'm sorry to say, but you've been disqualified. In fact, nobody even wanted to vote for you one time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But this here's the winner. So I'm pretty sure we have him on. I will say, just going to say right now, Willie, bruh, if you are recording, okay, turn a light on, would you? Okay, I can work some magic, but it turns out that video cameras and phones, they need some semblance of light, okay? So flip your light on. Karen, if you're on still, I hope you are. Make sure you got good footage, got your lighting, and I won't embarrass you too bad. Here we go. At least we know Dump Dude's not going to get any of this money. If it's a 2, Willie wins. If it's a 6, Karen sends him packing. The winning card tonight, Match'em 55, is... Wow, Willie, bruh, you did it. You did it again because 6 was under her number, and I guess you find out if you should have voted there. So Willie is the winner with a 2. Hold on, let me write this down. I guess I can just go back and look at it as well. Congratulations, Willie. I sure hope you had your video on. And now I need to try to remember. Oh, that's for later. Okay, see, I'm getting all mixed up. Okay, so we'll keep on trucking here. So we've got our Match'em winner. That means our streak is now to 15, right? And so we're going to 16. Somehow you guys pulled through again. I love it. I love it. And that's because he shared, and the share question this week was vacation. And I didn't realize it. I mean, obviously I do now. But I had a couple people reach out and say, like, where are you going on vacation to? And I was like, are they on crack? What are they talking about? Why would they think I'm going on vacation? And then I realized the way that I wrote the stream question or the share question and the fact that we're streaming tonight on a Friday night, there seems a pretty logical, rational reason why people thought that. Turns out I'm not going on vacation, and I just meant we, like, as our fellowship. Come on. Like, instead of talking about the trouble we got in, we're going to flip it up, and I just wanted to hear about your vacays. And, yeah, the West absolutely is pretty amazing, and I think Andrea shared her trip out there. That's obviously was a contender. But one thing that I think about when I think of vacations, and I think some of you all shared in the Telegram room, yet another difference between Andrea and I as far as our upbringing. Vacations were just part of their normal. I'm assuming just one a year, but I mean that might include a spring break too. Maybe that's not considered a real vacation because for whatever reason. But the reality is, yeah, that was just part of her upbringing, so it was normal. That wasn't mine, and so that was definitely one of those transitions of, and I guess somebody could call me I like to pinch pennies. But the reality is, being self-employed, right? You take vacation. Not only do you not get paid, but then you got to go spend money. But it's fun, and it's definitely worth it making those memories. But the reason I say that story is it was just one of those big differences that it's just part of Andrea's growing up was vacation. And so it's definitely not, she's had to curb that since she decided to stick with me. She shared hers. It was a wonderful trip out there. We've had several trips in our little short bus, a couple different short buses that we've had over the years. For me, I would say that my most memorable one was another short bus trip, but this one was down to San Antonio to visit my mom. She had cancer. She was still feeling relatively good then, and so we took a bus trip down. We got to see the Alamo, right? In the Alamo. Then we had the blessing to get a timeshare we went down to Port Aransas, and my mom was able to ride the short bus with us, and her husband joined us later. And it was amazing. We had a pool there. We got to go in the ocean. Obviously, the ocean for me is another one. It's not. I'm not saying it's the same as out west, because the out west scenery is just bananas. But when you stand at the ocean and just look forever and see water, and I get that feeling when we've gone up to like Lake Michigan. It's just crazy. But one other reason that stood out is I'm pretty sure that was where Corey got stung by the stingray. So we were trying to figure that out. We were soaking her, so that was memory. We had ice creams with my mom, and we had the boys, and we were fishing out in the ocean. And it's the only time I've ever done that, where saltwater catfish, where you basically wade out to chest high water and you just cast your pole out just as far as you can. And my brain couldn't quite comprehend that in all of that water that a fish was going to find like my little nightcrawler or whatever. But sure enough, we were catching fish. Quincy was trying to help either Corey or Kyle, and they're out there wading together, and the waves are thrashing us around. So it was, and obviously, knowing that my mom was not well or was sick, and it was just a great memory. And then it's obviously fun to drive, not always, of course, but when you got a short bus, it's funner to drive with the kids and make those memories. And one of the things we did was we used to video record a lot, so we've got different highlight videos of the different trips, and we love to throw those in. So yeah, that was mine. Just a great time, and yeah, it's hopefully it's not that we're all, obviously we're listening tonight, but I've seen it a couple different times lately with some people on my threads that have lost a loved one, and maybe even online I've seen it. What they say is, because what do you say, right, when somebody loses somebody? But one of the things I might steal, and maybe there's somebody that you all, if you're listening, you know the background of it, or maybe it's just a saying over time. But I really like the way that they say it. It may their memory be a blessing. And ultimately, right, that we don't take anything with us. And that's all we have is our memories. And so for me, all joking aside, sometimes you got to use a video recorder. But that's ultimately what we hope for, right? Is that the memories that we have of our loved ones, that those will be a blessing, that we can remember the laughs and the good times, and maybe give grace on the bad times and things like that. But anyway, that's my trip. Now, this is, and I got plenty of time. It's 9:35. This is the last thing, then we're going to pray us out. So this is what I'm going to add. I've been making some content. I know I'm getting pretty bougie, making some content for TikTok and things like that. And something came to mind on an X, on my feed. Somebody was asking a question. It was a question about like Israel, or the promised land, or the chosen people, or something. It's obviously in the news right now. It's a very big topic. And there's shouldn't have said it like that. There's a variety of different opinions and things like that, and beliefs. And so I went searching. I'd watched somebody quite a while ago, and I just really enjoy his teaching. And so I went searching for a video that I could share with her. And quite frankly, I'd forgotten just how awesome he is. So I'm going to share, it's less than a minute. He's going to be talking about specifically kind of like the question that the lady was asking. But I want you, like, if you're not a religious person, and that's okay, because the way I hear this, it literally plays on anything. It can like, what's your favorite team? Well, why? What's your favorite ice cream? It's just anything. It doesn't have to be significant. It can be a political thing. But anyway, take a listen. Hopefully it works. And let me know in the chat if you can't hear it, but take a listen.
When you think about your position, think about things you
All right. Okay, yeah. So that's the issue. I'm glad you said it. I was hoping that somebody would say that. I played it earlier and it was fine. So here's the deal, okay? And I don't know whether you heard it at all, and I will give you the short-term version then, okay? So what this person does, what this teacher does, is he starts this talk, and this is a pretty controversial subject, right? Like end time stuff. And he basically says he has no plan to even change your mind, okay? He has it's not his desire. He just simply wants you to know, or wants the people to know, like, why they believe what they believe. And he simply said, and the reason this kind of resonated with me is because it just fits my journey so much. And I just want to encourage you that, and there's another clip that I think I'm not sure if I've shared yet because it goes into this position, and I want to make sure I have all of the positions ready. But the thrust of it is he's going through this certain set of beliefs, and he's like, you know, why do we think this, or why do they think this? You know, what's the foundation? And he said, you know, well, maybe it's because in this verse it says 1,000 years 6 times. And he kind of jokingly looks at the camera, he looks into the camera, and he says, but I want you to know that for the people that don't believe the same thing as you, they know those verses are there too, right? It's not like the people that disagree with you have never seen those verses. They absolutely know those verses are there. They just completely think they mean something different. And I know that might sound crazy, but I'm embarrassed to say that concept, I was pretty advanced in my faith journey before it was clarified to me that when somebody one of the issues is, for instance, is Genesis, right? It's a big topic, right? The creation and the time of creation, things like that. I just want you, and that's just one example. End times is another example. But I just want you to know that there are a lot of very educated, very sincere, faithful people, and they look at these verses and they look at a topic through a different set of glasses, through a different lens, okay? And anyway, so I apologize for not catching the sound on that, but it's a challenge, and it can be challenging. I was talking to a friend, he's in construction, and the way I described, somehow we got on a similar topic like this, I think. And we were talking about like different opinions on ways. I know what I was doing. When I was renovating the building where we live now. I'm not a contractor, so I tell everybody I've got a doctorate in YouTube, right? If I need to know something, I look on YouTube. Well, I needed to know, when you're insulating an outside wall, what about the vapor barrier? What do you do about plastic? Do you put the plastic up first, then insulate it, then hang drywall? Do you put 2 layers of plastic? Do you not put plastic? Right? So you do what you do. You search YouTube. And you would think there would be a way to do that. And there is a way. And then there's another way. And then there's another way. And there's 3 videos with very looks like very informed people telling you exactly why their way is right. And so that highlighted what I found about my journey and with my faith just more recently. You can absolutely have, it just makes perfect sense. And then somebody else looks at it completely differently, and they just come at it from a different angle completely. And the question then is, there's significant questions, of course, right? You want to make sure that you are in relationship with God, but there are a lot of other things that come into how we understand what God's word is. And it's just, I don't know, I just love that teacher. I love that he just opens up about that. And then one other thing I'll share, then I'll pray us out. In another video that I've shared, I think, he says that regardless of the topic that you look up, kind of like with my YouTube video search, he said when you buy a book on a certain topic, that book is going to be presented like it is upper level obvious. Like, dude, look at this. Could it be any clearer? And he makes a good point and reminds everybody to sit this, and he says, the author of that book, everybody, when they write a book, they structure it so they highlight their strengths and then like show you exactly how the weaknesses go. But you understand, I know this might be intuitive, and I was kind of embarrassed to kind of not be aware of how much it happens. But literally, there's another author that will take those same verses and say, Yeah, but if you look at it like this, then this fits nicely here, 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 and here. And you say, huh, that's true as well. So really, it comes down to like what set of binoculars or what set of glasses are you going to look at them through. So anyway, it can be challenging, but if that's something that doesn't frighten you away, it can be really exciting, and it can be you don't have to, like, you might hear what somebody's view is, and you might look at them and say, I'm pretty sure that you got dropped on your head as a child. Or you might say, well, that helps answer a question that I've always had, and wow, that just fits in there nicely. So anyway, I might be sharing more of those videos. I think I did maybe share it in Telegram group as well, and you might be seeing some more there. So if you have any questions, you can obviously reach out privately, or I would encourage you to ask in the Telegram group. I'd like to try to grow that aspect as well. So we're a faith-based Christ, trying to image Christ in crypto, and so hopefully we can do that with one another and do that well, and be charitable and not hammer each other, but just share where we're at. And when you share where you're at, it might show me something that I'd never considered. So I want to pray us out. We're going to pray for little 3-year-old Ellie Belly. Love that nickname. We're all about nicknames at our house. And Ellie Belly she's been fighting some stuff. It sounds like she went back to the ER today. She's 3 years old. That's no fun. When our granddaughter was with us, she had to spend a day up top, upstairs, away from the kids. She wasn't feeling well, and that wasn't super great. And so I know that's no fun. So I'm going to pray for her that God would just heal her up and restore her strength for her. And as always, or give the doctors great wisdom. And if not that, then I'm going to ask that he might make himself known to her mom and dad and to her grandma and grandpa, and that through it all they would image Jesus just as best as they can. And if they don't know him, that they might open their heart to get to the strength that he can provide. So I'm going to pray us out. Father God, I just thank you again for this fellowship. I thank you again for those that have tuned in and given up some of their time to listen to this. And I just pray that it would honor you. I pray that this project would honor you. And I pray that we would represent you well. I pray that I would represent you well. And I just pray for little Ellie Belly, Lord. I just pray that you would just touch her body with your supernatural and miraculous power. I pray that you would take this sickness, whatever is attacking her little body. I pray that it would just be taken from her, and that you would heal her up. Put your protection all around her and all around that home. Help all the other siblings and all the other members of that home to be covered by your protection and your healing. I pray that the doctors would have some good insight, Lord, and whatever knowledge they need, I just pray that you might bring it to them, bring it into their sphere, that they would know exactly what to do for her. And through it all, Lord, I just pray that you would make yourself known, and that everybody involved would lean into you, and that they would image you well, and that they would be a Christ-like example to everyone around them. I just pray your covering and protection over all of us. I pray that you might make yourself known to us. I pray that we would know in our hearts, Lord God, if we're in covenant with you, if we're in relationship with you, and we would know that that's very possible, Lord, and that you would just continue to make yourself known and draw us to yourself, and that we might respond. Just restore relationships that need your touch between husbands and wives, and parents and children, and siblings and friends and co-workers. Whatever is in need, Lord God, I pray that your patience and your kindness and your love would shine through, and that we would represent you well, those of us that know you. Just pray for our physical bodies, for anything that is going on in our bodies, Lord, that need a touch, whether it's the day-to-day grind of a sickness that we're deal with always, or whether it's the flu or something else. I just pray that we would lean on you, and that you would be our strength, and that we would represent you well day in and day out. Just thank you again for this project. I just pray that you would put your hand upon it, and just protect us all until we meet again next Saturday, Lord. I just thank you and love you. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Oh, and I apologize. I didn't tell you. We had to stop last night. We can go tomorrow night because, hope you're sitting down, but for the first time, we get to babysit a grandson that we've never babysat. We have to go to Dubuque to do it. And it's not that I don't love all you guys, and I appreciate you giving me some of your time, but you're not going to trump babysitting the grandbaby because he likes to snuggle Papa. So, and then one last humorous thing, and then I'll let you go. I know it's getting late. But those of you, all right, so obviously I just said Papa. That's kind of what I roll by. Those of you that know me know that a lot of everybody in my sphere call me, I don't know where it came from even. Maybe we talked about that once. But Steve-O, right? So my little granddaughter come over today. And, I mean, she's 2. And for 2 years, well, not for the whole 2 years, but since he's been talking, it's Papa, Papa, Papa. Out of the blue, she just starts calling me Steve-O. Well, Steve-O. And Andrew and I looked at each other like, wait a minute, what is she saying? And sure enough, by golly, it's kind of a mix, but definitely it's contagious. And I know that some people, I know that maybe back in the olden days that might be considered disrespectful. But my attitude is kind of the same attitude that I look at my Genesis 1 understanding is what does God expect? Is he expects a heart that loves him, and he knows that. And guess what? You're right. When my little granddaughter jumps into my arms and gives me nuggles, and whether she called me Steve-O or Papa, I'm still going to give her nuggles, and she still has my heart. And for right now, I've got hers, so it's a good deal. So it's not a big deal. So anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. That's 10 till 10. And hopefully, you know what? Maybe Solano rebound and we can party hard next Saturday night. All right. See ya. Bye.